morning guys. So I thought I'd give you a little update on my prep journey. Now we are 15 weeks out, so this will be the end of 15 weeks and then next week will be 14 weeks. Things are going pretty well in terms of energy and everything. I've been on this fat loss phase since, and my weight has not dropped as much as I thought it may, but we haven't introduced any cardio yet, and I've had about 2 or 3 food drops, and that was mostly just in carbohydrates. So the potatoes and the rice basically went down to like half, which sounds like a pretty big drop to be honest, but it doesn't feel like that because I was used to not eating so much food anyway. Actually, the off season and increasing the food was quite, I wouldn't say difficult, but it was very different for me, and I was also nervous to begin the off season and to eat so much food. But now I regret it and I miss it. I was even having like nighttime oats in my off season, like 50-60 grams, and I just wasn't used to that amount of volume of food, and I was also kind of like scared to eat it because I was like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna get huge. But I didn't get huge, and my body actually loved the extra carbs. So this prep has been really different for me because I'm usually going into prep not feeling great, feeling out of shape, kind of using the prep as a chance to lean down. I have been pretty lean this whole kind of like season for like maybe like 1 to 2 years, and I think that's why my weight isn't dropping as quick as what I'm used to, because I usually go from sort of not tracking in an off season to like, you know, on a clean prep diet straight away. And because I've already been in the prep, I eat the same foods every day, right? So nothing really changes with the nutrients and the things that goes in, it's just the volume and the size. So in saying that, my weight has finally dropped. It has been dropping this whole time. It hasn't gone up, it hasn't really like stayed still, but it just drops like a tiny bit, like 100 grams. Last week I was 67.2, and yesterday I was 66.9, so I finally got down to like a 66, but today I'm 67.1, so 200 grams up from yesterday. I think because yesterday morning I weighed myself and it was a rest day, so after a rest day, by the way, this rest day was really hard for me. I was so hungry the whole day, because on a rest day, I think there's a lot of things. You're kind of bored because you don't have that training session to look forward to. Also, you have less calories, so I had no Cocoa Pops and a less protein shake, and no banana. So that's like 3 decent big chunks of food that like get cut out of the day on rest day, which is fine. It's like 90 calories banana, 60 calories of rice cakes, and then like a 100 calorie protein shake. So yeah, like about 260 calories. So it seems like a lot on the day, but when you calculate it, it's not actually that much. But how I manage rest days is I try to stay really busy. So when I was prepping, I was usually kind of like on my own in Dubai, and like I would just like jump in my car, go to the mall, walk around the mall for a while, have a black coffee, and just kind of stay busy. I am busy, but also Wednesdays for me are the days that I try to take a little bit of time off my laptop and just kind of do something for me. So I went to do my nails, which I really needed because they were broken in like 3 different places the last set. So I got more sensible nails now, so they're shorter, so they're easier for the gym, so I don't have to worry about them so much. But so rest days, it's important to stay busy. I do tend to sit at my laptop most of the day and do work anyway, even though I tell myself to try not do work on a Wednesday. But you know, being an online coach, there's just so many things you need to do every day, and no day is ever the same, so you can't really plan it. But I did have 2 new clients to set up, which is Thursday, so that was great. And so yesterday was amazing. I wasn't hungry the whole day, and I shouldn't be that hungry because my food is quite high, so it was really good. I managed like across the day, like totally fine. And today is Friday, it's check-in day, so I've done my check-in. I've also done a bit of posing practice, and I had like a new revelation, like so I've been practicing, I've been being coached by Marnie, IFBB Pro, and she's an Olympian, and so what she's been teaching me is so amazing. I've never had it broken down like this before, and I used to just watch YouTube videos and just try to copy like the athletes, and because I've never actually had a proper posing coach, just one before my pro show, but I didn't give it enough time. And so now Marnie's breaking everything down for me, and like the things that I'm learning are crazy. And today I just realized like how to get that kind of S shape when you pop your leg out. You know, when you're in the gym and you do an exercise and then you actually do it right for the first time, and you're like, wow, that totally feels like different. So it's the same like that in posing. Like when Marnie's watching my form and she's seeing how I'm like making the shapes and what I'm doing. I was flinging my arm out instead of my shoulder, and like just tiny little tweaks like that, and now it completely makes sense to me. Like so although I'm very like amateur in posing, so I'm taking it slowly, but every day I'm learning new things about how to create the shape, so it's really exciting. So that was my biggest win for this morning, was like I'm just realizing that when you come into like certain shapes, how to actually, like when I see the pros online and I see their muscles pop in different ways, and I'm like, how are they doing that? So now I can see how it works, and when you understand the mechanics of something, then it becomes so much easier to actually perform. So yeah, that's my little bit about posing today. So still 15 weeks, still lots of time, but still not lots of time. The important thing is to get a lot of things done now while my hunger, while I still have a lot of energy. I think Jake's gonna introduce some cardio this week, so that's been pretty good. I've managed to get away with 5 weeks of no cardio, and like 2 years, 3 years, so I'm very grateful. I do love cardio, but I know I'm gonna regret saying that, like so yeah, I'm guessing the cardio will probably be like 20 minutes Stairmaster or something, so which like will be fine in the moment to do, I guess. For me, it's more about the timing in the day that it takes up, you know, like to do steps plus cardio plus training, but I guess that's what it takes to be an athlete, and so you have to make time for that. And I will, like, there'll be no skipping or anything. Anticipating cardio this weekend. But yeah, like this one, I just wanted to update you. My weight is like dropping, but not super fast as I know it to. And I think it's just because I've been pretty lean this whole time. So my body's like already used to like I don't really have a lot of body fat to lose. But I know that I probably will need to lose about 5 to 6 kilos before stage day, which is okay because we have time. So yeah, just hopefully won't be losing any muscle in that time, but I think it might be almost inevitable towards the end, so let's see. But I'm excited to eat my breakfast. So I've got my oats. Oats have been chopped to 50 grams, which is still a lot of oats. Most of my clients eat about 40 grams of oats, so I was on 70 grams, that was the highest. And yeah, I've been really enjoying eating 70 grams of oats, but sometimes I had to eat it in 2 sittings. So now I'm on 50 grams. No doubt it will get lower. It'll probably end up getting down to like 30 grams towards the end. And yeah, so I'm gonna enjoy them while I can. And I try to eat my breakfast like kind of just before I go for training. And today I'm gonna try and go for training earlier because I've got a lot of stuff to do in the afternoon, and I just wanna use my time wisely. But the good thing is that I feel great, and training's been really good, still feeling strong. So today will be the test of, I think I've got Romanian deadlifts, barbell hip thrust. So I'm really going to push myself today to go super strong, because I'm really well rested. I've had amazing sleep this week, although last night wasn't great. I woke up at 3 a.m. but I feel awesome, so it should be a good day. I'll try to bring you along with me. I'll see if I can get my microphone working, and also if the gym's not too busy. But anyway, enough rambling, and I will catch up with you guys after breakfast. Hey guys, so it's now 12 o'clock. I should be going to the gym soon. I'm just gonna have my pre-workout snack, which I was gonna show you. It is now, oh my god, there's a bug on there. Yeah. There's a little sandfly on my banana. Okay, it's gone. And I've just sent my check-in to Jake. This morning my weight was down a little bit, so it was 200 grams for my last check-in, which is great because we didn't have any food changes since last Tuesday. We have started doing 2 check-ins per week, which I think is really cool, because it just shows that my coach is really dedicated on, you know, getting the good result. Like doing 2 check-ins, especially for him with so many clients, is really you know, like a lot of work. Like, I wouldn't say a lot of work, but it's just like this far out, it's like 15 weeks or so. I'm just going to double check how many weeks, because I am a little bit confused. So today's the 25th of July, and we are, so excluding this week, next week 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, so about, yeah, it's going to be 14 weeks out next week. So this is the end of week 15. I'm sorry, 15 weeks out. So that means I've been on this new prep journey for 5 weeks so far. So I can't remember where we started, but it was something like 67.9 or something. So it's not a huge amount of weight lost, but then again it kind of is. So but anyway, I'm not even bothered about the weight. I know that the result's going to be great, and once the cardio comes in and my food keeps dropping, and I'm guessing now, I'm probably going to jinx myself, but it's probably going to drop the pre-workout. I'm guessing either the banana or the rice cakes is going to go first. So I hope it's the rice cakes, because banana has like, you know, sugar and stuff, but let's just see. But at the moment I'm really enjoying my little pre-workout treat, so I've decided to add some cinnamon to it. And I have been adding sweetener. I mean, I just added sweetener yesterday because I wanted to have a kind of like sweet taste, but the banana's already sweet, so you don't really need the sweetener, to be honest. And also I like to show my clients like little tricks on like how to like amp up their meals and make it seem like they're not so much on a diet. So I also add the sea salt. So sea salt and cinnamon, I've put it in a garlic container, Josh's old chicken garlic thing. And then I've cut my banana up and put it onto 2 rice cakes. And it used to be 3 rice cakes, so it was like I would have 3 rice cakes with banana, but now there's more banana on the rice cake, so it's actually like a proper like little stacked meal. But yeah, so what I wanted to say is I've sent in my check-in. So I have now confirmed that it is 15 weeks out starting next week. And what I've done now is I haven't competed for a long time, so like I've almost forgotten like the process of how things go. And when I first started, I was competing like 4 times a year, you know, and it was just like as soon as I finished the competition, I was getting ready for the next one. But I was kind of like doing that thing where you compete and then you pig out and then you start all over again and have to lose the weight again. So like it was the wrong kind of mindset. But back in those days, and especially in like say New Zealand, like there wasn't a big kind of like focus on like bikini girls like bulking, or like, you know, bikini girls taking it off season. It was just like kind of like compete. And it was harder to manage the mindset around being on that shred for like 8 to 12 weeks and then not going into this big hole of like eating for like a week, you know. But what I've definitely learned, and even with my old coach, Darren, he was amazing. And I stayed on the reverse diet I think for the first like, you know, 2 to 4 weeks, and then I just I didn't see the point of having a coach anymore, because I was like, I wasn't sure if I was going to compete. I was already a PT, so like I kind of just went in it on my own. And like I don't regret going on my own, like, you know, like I knew how to train, I just didn't really understand the concept behind like, you know, training in a long period off season. Like I was always looking for more variety, you know, excited to find new exercises, and like also trying to find like fun exercises for my clients. And I train a lot of women that train at home, so like doing a lot of like home workout banded stuff. And then I'm really creative, so I love to like create. And for me, like creating workouts, like putting things together, like deciding like, okay, what am I going to do today? This and this is great. But what I learned is that it's much better for me to train like, I don't know how to say it, like monotonous, or like when you just do the same thing all the time, which is what I like, because I like routine. So then when I jumped on board with Jake, like I didn't know what to expect at the beginning, so I just like, you know, followed the plan. And then I never ask, like I don't, I just do what I'm told, and I don't ask questions, you know what I mean? Because I don't like asking for help, which can be a good thing and a bad thing, but I also don't like being annoying. I like to just do what I'm told, and then if I really want to ask, I will ask. And so we haven't really switched up any of the training schedule, which at the beginning I thought like, you know, like, oh wow, like, but maybe like I need to shock my muscles or try something different. But to be honest, like training the same way for this long has had huge benefits for me. And also just like being able to stick to it, and like I still get excited every time I go into the gym, because it's easy for me. I love training. I'm also like excited, nervous, wondering like how my energy is going to be, like wondering like how, if the machines are going to be free. And then the only time I'll have to make up an alternative is if like the machine's been taken over by someone, and you can see that they're going to be on there for a long time, and like I just really don't like sharing machines. Most of the time the gyms I go to are kind of busy. I try to go to quiet time, but yeah, just like it depends. I mean, I could share with someone who was doing relatively the same weight as me, like having the same kind of rest periods and stuff, but it just makes it like almost like makes your workout longer. And I get frustrated, and I'm also like, I'm not that social in the gym, so I do talk to people, like, you know, if they talk to me, but I'd rather just have my headphones on and get it done and then get out and then have my post-workout and get on with my day. So yeah, but what I'm trying to say, I went on a whole tangent, but 15 weeks out, I have a competition coming up. It's my first competition in 3 years, or maybe even 4 years, to be honest. So I've got to remember like how to prepare everything. And luckily Marnie has a budget calculator thing on, you know, the cost of things for shows. So I'm looking at getting a new bikini, and I've already signed up with Angel Competition Bikinis as an ambassador. And the thing is, I've been with them since I started. My first bikini was from them. I've had about 5 or 6 bikinis from Angel Competition Bikinis, and I really love everything that they do. The service, the products is amazing. I just want to be sure about the cut on the bottoms this time, because I think I got the wrong cut for my last show. And not that it made much difference in the overall result, because my glutes were shit anyway, but I just want to make sure I get the cut proper this time. And also I think the bikini top was like a little bit small. It was showing like a bit of side boob, and I noticed that a lot of the girls wear quite like covered, like almost bigger than their size, and it kind of gives you like this nicer look, I think, rather than having like your boob hanging outside. So yeah, I'm looking at getting the bikini, so I've got to budget for that, but I just want to make sure that all my finances are sound before I start spending too much money. I know obviously competing, you've got to spend money, so like I'm not afraid to spend money on it, but I also just want to be sensible. But yeah, so I've looked at the venue, I've looked at the stage. I'm making like really good progress here. So the stage looks beautiful. I won't say where it is yet, but I will eventually like tell everyone. But I'm just I'm keeping it a little bit down low at the moment, because I just kind of want to do this for me, and I do want to share my journey, and like I love like being vocal about competing, talking about competing, but my business is slightly different, where I coach mostly you know, women, and I've been taking on a few men who want to, you know, just look better, feel better, and they're not, as much as they are probably interested in bodybuilding, it's not the main focus for a lot of them. So I feel like I don't want to give them too much bodybuilding spam, and obviously I'm just trying to attract clients that are looking for a change of lifestyle, and I don't want them to think that, oh my god, they've got to start eating chicken and rice like me, like us, you know. So yeah, so look at the venue. Venue's really pretty. I spoke to Marnie about like wondering which side of the stage they come on. It doesn't really matter, because we're gonna like learn both. But then I've checked, because I realized I would need to get my makeup done there, and as much as I want to do my own makeup, I feel like it hopefully would be better by somebody else. So I've checked a few makeup artists in the town. It's quite a small town, so hopefully I find a good one. And then I realized that I'll have to get my hair done on the day, because I'm terrible at blow drying my own hair, even though it might look like it looks nice now, but it won't be like stage ready. And then the tanning and stuff is usually done by the show, so that's okay. Then I looked at hotels in the area, because it's not okay, I'll let you in a little secret. It's in my home country, so the town that I'm going to is about 5 hours drive away from my hometown. So then I thought about that. Would I like to drive there, you know, with my dad or something, or would I like to fly? And I'm thinking I would probably rather fly, because driving for 5 hours, like it's just going to be quite tiring. So also depending on how much time I have, so whether I go down to that town like, you know, 2 days before. And then I was also thinking, oh my gosh, there needs to be like a gym that I can train in, because I looked at the hotels there, and you know, they don't really have big chain hotels. You know, it's just like motels or Airbnbs, which is fine, but none of them will have like a gym or a treadmill or something like that, you know. So I've got to think about all of these things, which is crazy. So it just opened my mind to like, wow, it's so much organizing. And the thing is that you want to be prepared super early, which is something that I've lacked in the past. Is like all of these big things you really need to organize while you still have energy, because towards the end, like, you know, 4 weeks out, it's like, it's so tough to even just think, even just like hold conversations with people. Like you manage, but like I was doing in-person PT and you know, just lifting the weights for people, like holding a 20-kilo weight plate, and like, you know, like with some of the guys I was training, and even just having that energy to be like bubbly, and you know, like a personal trainer should be, like, you know, you've got to use all of your energy for that, and then you've got to do your training plus like your 2 hours cardio on like tiny amounts of food. So like, you know, doing all this planning and hotel booking and things is really can get really hectic, so much better to do it now. So I'm really glad that I made some progress with this. So looking at a makeup artist, looking at getting the bikini and hotels, and then there's going to be flights from Dubai to my home country, which I've already kind of booked, but they're not confirmed. So I just need to be very careful and make sure I have money in reserve for those tickets just in case as well. And yeah, that's pretty much like all I can do at the moment. And now I just need to focus on my posing. Like I'm trying to pose like every day or every second day for about 15 to 20 minutes before I do my cardio, before I do my steps, which will soon probably become cardio. And now every time I'm checking in, I'm doing a couple of rounds of posing, but I still don't have the whole routine together. So I'm just learning the basics right now, so what I know, and then just kind of like doing what I can. But yeah, but it's all very exciting. Now it's starting to sink in. I still have this thought where, like, you know, something could go wrong, and the only reason is like, I don't think I'm not going to make it. I mean, I know I'm going to make it physically. I'm just worried about the logistics of everything, like flying, you know, making sure Josh is okay as well. At this stage, I don't know if Josh is going to come with me or not, which is okay because my family will be there, and hopefully one of them can come with me. But I'm also used to going to shows alone, so if worst comes to worst, I can go by myself. And of course, I know a few people there, so it will be quite nice. And honestly, I'm really wanting to do like 2 shows, you know, to get them done together. I'm looking at the surrounding shows, and there's a couple around, but that also just comes down to finances as well. So I mean, it would be really awesome. So I've just got to make sure that I'm really smart from now until then, making sure that I have enough saved away and things, and then I might be able to go to a second show after that one. So let's just see how it goes. But yeah, for now, I'm gonna eat my pre-workout and then head off to the gym. I'm quite early today, which is great because I've got like 3 programs to do, 3 training programs, 1 nutrition program, and then just catch up on my clients and make sure that they're ready for check-in tomorrow. So yeah, looking forward to a really great day. It's been a great start so far, and gonna hear back from my coach soon, so I'll let you guys know. Ciao.